me see. Most people are on Instagram today. That's fine. Good. Let's get started then. Welcome to our weekly Heart-Brain Coherence meditation. We do this every week, and it's actually aimed for my students who do the course Shift or other courses or workshops I give, just to give them a chance to stay in the loop, to say it that way. I always recommend doing the Heart-Brain Coherence technique every day, and this is just to keep people motivated, keep doing it. And also, we don't really do the same technique every time. It's Heart-Brain Coherence, but we give a little twist to it every time. And today I want to talk about noting. So we're going to incorporate noting into our Heart-Brain Coherence technique. And you will notice, for those that have been doing this technique with me for quite some time, that we will exchange the part where we create feelings and emotions with noting. And what is noting? So for those that have been doing meditation, you know, mindfulness meditation, you get quiet. All of a sudden you notice thoughts coming up, feelings coming up, and that's okay. That's exactly what should happen and what will happen. And then the trick is not to get distracted and not to give in to all those thoughts and go along with them. So you go from one thought to the other, and all of a sudden you're making a whole story for yourself. What we do with noting is that once we realize those thoughts are taking us with them, you can give those thoughts, those feelings, a name. So, for example, all of a sudden you're thinking about that you have to buy food for your dog, and that thought will then generate a notice. So you would say, okay, dog. Could be food as well. Doesn't really matter what you call it, just the first thing that comes up. But that noting gives you a little space to actually disconnect from that thought. So you give it a name, you give it a place, and then you also have a chance to let it go. And then you return to your breath. And what we will do today is, again, with the Heart-Brain Coherence, breathe through our heart. I will teach you how to do that. So that's noting. And all of a sudden, after a while, if you practice this for a while, you will notice as well that you will have to note much less, that the space between each thought, space between each feeling becomes bigger and bigger and longer. Then we get into deeper meditative states. So another thing that is nice is that you also kind of get an insight in what keeps you occupied, what kind of thoughts are coming in. I have it recently. I have I have a lot of work to do at my work, and a lot of thoughts about that, things I have to do, are just popping up every morning when I meditate. So by noting that, noting those thoughts, I see a pattern, like, oh, I'm really working maybe too much or too hard because it's really occupying me, it's really keeping me busy in my mind. So you will recognize those patterns before they become a problem for you. So that's a very neat thing with noting, that you get to know yourself, what kind of thoughts you have, what kind of feelings are coming up all the time. And then you can go on work with that, or at least you are aware of it, so you can give it a place as well. So let's just try it, shall we? So again, find a comfortable position. And just follow along as I guide you through this. I won't say anything strange, only one thing, and that is breathing through your heart, but I will explain how to do that, what it is, and why you do that. So when you found that nice position, let's just start by centering ourselves, especially nice to do for those that had a long day. So take a nice, good, deep inhale through your nose. Fill your lungs with air and exhale through your mouth. And as you do that, lower your shoulders and loosen your jaw. Let the day go. Breathe all the way out through your mouth before you take a new deep inhale through your nose. Fill your lungs with air and breathe out through your mouth and feel yourself getting centered. Try to relax even more as you let more of the day go. One more time, a nice good deep inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Very good, all the way out, and just relax into it. And breathe normally. Breathe normally like you normally would do. Can be through your nose, can be through your mouth. Just confirm for yourself that these are 10-15 minutes for yourself. Some self-care, self-love. Some well-deserved time for yourself. Now I want you to breathe a little slower and a little deeper than you usually would do. A little slower and a little deeper. This is just to tell your body that it is in a safe place. You can try a 5-second inhale, 5-second exhale. Or whatever feels comfortable for you, as long as it is slower and deeper than you normally would do. Also notice where in your body you feel your breath the most. Maybe you feel your breath the most in your nostrils. Or maybe you feel your breath the most in the back of your throat. Or maybe you feel your breath the most in your chest or your tummy. Just notice where you feel your breath the most. And put your attention on that spot, on that point, right there where you feel your breath the most. And notice how you are breathing through that point. Nice and calm, nice and slow. Notice how you are breathing through that point. You can even notice the quality of your breath. The colder air flowing in and the warmer air flowing out. Just for a moment, make a mental note of how that feels as you breathe through that point where you feel your breath the most. And now move that focus point into your heart space. So move your focus to your heart. You can help by putting 2 fingers or your hand on your chest right there where your heart is. And now imagine that you are breathing through your heart. Just imagine it. Breathing in through your heart, out through your heart, in through your heart, and out through your heart. So keep imagining and keep breathing through your heart, nice and calm, nice and slow. And as we breathe through our heart like this and focus on our heart like this, our heart rhythm variation is much more balanced than if we don't breathe through our heart like that. When we have such a balanced heart rhythm variation, our nervous system gets in balance too. When we increase the flow of information through our nervous system, our whole physiology, all organs start to beat on the drum, on the rhythm of our heart, all in sync. And we optimize the flow of information between our heart and our brain. So we balance our nervous system, we balance our physiology. Just by sitting still and breathing through our hearts. In a moment, I will be quiet for a few minutes, and you should continue breathing through your heart. And after a while, you might notice thoughts coming up, feelings coming up, and maybe you even recognize that your thoughts are all over the place, you're drifting off. When you notice that, give your thoughts, give your feeling a name. This is called noting. So just give it a label, just give it a name. And it makes it easier to let that thought or let that feeling go, without you hanging on to those thoughts, without you hanging on. Just be the observer and label and note every thought that might come up, every feeling that might come up. Maybe you recognize a pattern, maybe there's the same theme. That's okay as well. It's good that you become aware of that, of your thoughts and feelings. So I'll be quiet now for a few minutes. Keep breathing through your heart and practice noting. Very good. Now, if you have wandered off with your thoughts, this is the time to get back to your heart and continue breathing through your heart nice and slow. And continue noting for a few minutes more. Okay, very good. Now let's slowly get back to our group. You can do that by noticing the room you are in, becoming more aware of the room you are in, noticing any sounds in the room. As you start to breathe normally, take a good, nice, deep inhale. And as you exhale, slowly move your body back and forth and from side to side. Just slowly get back. And wiggle with your fingers and toes. And when you are ready, open your eyes. Welcome back, welcome back. Very good. Now just notice how you feel. Think back about that noting exercise. Was there anything specific about it? Was there a theme about your thoughts? Was it about the same thing all over again? Was there a repeating pattern? Such things are interesting to know. It's a nice way to getting to know yourself, what keeps you occupied, what keeps you busy. Is it beneficial for you or not? It's things you can take with you through the day or into the night. All right. Great. So some of you are going to do the course tomorrow with me. We'll start with the course Shift, the Art of Transformation tomorrow, our 4th installment of the course. And so I hope to see you then. It will be around the same time as we started this meditation session. So I hope to see you back tomorrow for those that are joining the course. For all the others, you can also reserve your spot for the next course, not this one, but the one that most likely will be in January or something. I'm not sure yet. But you can at least reserve your spot if you're interested. And then you also secure your early bird price right away. For all the others who aren't interested in courses or just want to do meditation, I hope to see you back next week for another Heart-Brain Coherence session. And we do another theme again then. Yeah, so it won't be the same every time. Okay, take good care everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your day and evening. Be safe and namaste. Take care.